Dobrodošli na Kninsku tvrđavu. Naš kralj Dmitar, Zvonimir i kraljica Jelena Lipa vas očekuju. Molim, pođite za mnom.
Ja, s Božjom milošću, kralj Dmitar Zvonimir, kralj Hrvatske, Dalmacije i Slavonije, ja sam stina kralja Zvonimira, Hrvatska san od vika vikova, darujte mi, braćo, malo mira, ja sam stina vaši pradidova.
So it's a very big fortress.
Yeah, it's quite big because it's 470 meter long, 110 wide on the widest part. The biggest wall it's 20 meter high, and it's under protection of the country, which is normally. So in the beginning I said it's divided because of the defense stuff, because it's normal. If enemy enters here on the main gate, they're going army who is on the fort. It's going all around into other parts. They're taking up the bridges, closing the doors, and they're practically again starting to fight. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why it's divided. Also, all of these parts have water tanks because in that period, especially in the period of the fighting, they need to have the water and the ammunition.
Okay, so where are you going to take us first?
Now I will take you to see a statue of Fra Lujo Marun, which is very important for the Knin fort, and after that we are proceeding to the oldest part, to the north part of the fort.
Okay, let's go. Where we're standing now?
Yeah, now we are at the oldest part of the Knin fortress, which is started to build in the 9th century.
Mm-hmm.
9th century.
Yeah, in the 9th century. This is the oldest part. Some of these walls are original from that period, but it's impossible now in this moment just to say directly which part is.
Okay, so we saw that there's 5 sections to this. So they started building in the 9th century, and did they build something every century?
No. It's very interesting story about the fortress of Knin, because during the centuries, all different armies and conquerors arriving here in this area, because in the past, Knin is well known like a key of Croatia. Okay. So because of that, everyone who tried to invite Dalmatia and all that parts, they tried to get a fort. Because in that period they had a very bad weapons, and in that period the people who were standing here in the fort, they could control all the processing of I don't know, army, of goods and everything which is going to Dalmatia. So
Is this the largest fortress in Croatia? This is the largest one we've seen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We've been to many. This is huge.
that's good question. This is the second biggest military fortification
biggest?
in the Europe.
Oh,
Not in
Europe,
Croatia, second
okay.
biggest fortification in the Europe. Yeah.
Wow.
Depends.
So people can come here and not only hike and explore, they can eat here. There's a restaurant. I mean, is there other things for people to do here? Is it a picnic area or?
Yes, yes. Practically here on the fort, it's a restaurant and a few special rooms for which are using like museums. So you can always go inside. Everything is included in one price.
Okay.
So when you pay entrance to the Knin Fortress, you can walk all around
And is it open
and
all
watch
year?
exhibitions. Yeah, it's
Open all year.
only in the winter time, and it's very bad winter because here in the
I bet it
Knin
gets
area,
kind of cold up here, windy.
it's
and
terrible. You know, the wind called bura here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
We
well
know
known
Bora,
in
yeah,
Croatia,
We
Yeah.
know Bora.
and it's going under the bones, so
Yeah.
it's no problem. In that period, it's not open. Normally, we are all working here, but it's if some tourists want to have some good experience,
Crazy enough.
yeah, to be crazy enough.
They're
and
welcome, I guess.
Well,
but-
this is a great place to just bring the kids and let them run.
yeah.
You know, they
it's,
can hide.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah.
quite
you know.
good, but
Yeah.
okay, you need to watch because there are
Well,
a lot
yeah,
of
you need to
stairs.
watch 'em, but
yeah.
But
yeah.
normally it's good.
great.
It's very good place. But for you ask me for some picnic areas and everything, it's all around the Knin because Knin has this beautiful fortress, but also it has some springs of the rivers. It has waterfalls. It has lakes and a lot of stuff also to see.
Right.
Well, let's go to a place where we can see the view and
Yeah.
kind of really establish where we are exactly and why the fortress was built here.
I have perfectly place for that, and,
Okay.
and it's on the top there where
I'm
there's flag
sure.
Of
stand.
course it is.
More hiking. Well, standing up here at the top of the fortress, really we're able to put in perspective exactly where we are, and I'm assuming it was a very strategic location and why it was built here.
Yes, the fortress of Knin, like I said before, it was very important strategical place, even in the history, because everyone who tried to pass to Dalmatia, he needed to pass here. So army who is keeping a Knin fortress, because in that period it was very primitive weapons, so you cannot smash the wall with the arrow or something like that. Nowadays it's quite different. So, but everyone who is keeping the Knin fort has a control for Dalmatia, which was very important in that period. So because of that, practically in the past 1,500 years ago, always was a fight here in the Knin.
So I guess this fortress must have had a real important role in Croatia's history then.
Yeah, practically, if I could say on that way, fortress of Knin is representing Croatian victory in the war.
Is it true there is a holiday associated to this fortress?
Yes, during the 5th of August, when we are celebrating the victory and the Operation Oluja, I think few thousand people, maybe 10,000 people arriving here on the fort. On that day, entrance is free and everyone is welcome.
Oh, great.
Could you tell us a bit more about the King Zvonimir?
Yeah, about the King Zvonimir, maybe to tell you something which King didn't tell you by himself.
Yeah, we didn't understand all of it, so tell us.
Yeah,
his
okay,
real
okay. I
importance, yeah.
will try to tell you in some short lines
Yeah.
what he tried to say. He tried to say that practically at the beginning he say he wish you a welcome, and he's very glad that you're here on the fort. And then he back to history on the day when he became a king. Practically he became the king in the 1075 in the Solin in Church of Saint Peter. It's only Croatian king which the Pope Grgur sent some people from Vatican to bring him a crown, sword, and a special cross which he holding in the hand. So the first and only Croatian king who is practically blessed by the Pope. And that was very interesting. Also, after he became a king in Solin, he decided to come here on the Knin fort with all the army and all the family. And he decided to stay here, which is also very important, and it's only Croatian king which has permanent place to stay here in the fort. Every other king, he was arriving to Knin, he's going to some other places, blah blah blah, but Zvonimir decided to permanent stay here on the Knin fort. So maybe also to tell you, there are two legends about the King Zvonimir, about how he died. One of them says that he was a very good king, and that period it was wonderful to live here under his rule. Yeah, and everything was fine. They have a work to do, they have food, they have everything. Everything was allowed. But the other legend says, after he became a king, the Pope asked him to go to Jerusalem with the army and defend the Christ grave against the Muslims, against the Saracens. So in that moment, it was some kind of rebellion in the people, and they killed him. So that are two stories, and most of the scientists and archaeologists they're more for this first one, that he died naturally death.
Yeah.
Okay.
But okay, and
Maybe
also
we'll never know.
yeah, we will never know. And also they think that his grave is somewhere here in this area. It's some place. It's one place called Biskupia, here 7 kilometers from Knin, and there are also old Croatian churches which are built in from 8th century on, and they think that his grave's there, but also it's quite impossible to know.
Well, this is a very impressive fortress. I think we all would agree that we've seen a lot of remains of much smaller ones throughout Croatia, but this is pretty fantastic. So something, if anyone's heading to Dalmatia, again, you don't want to miss it.
No. And also, please now, I need just to tell you something more. When we are staying here, I need to do some good promotion about Knin, which is normally okay. To show you that waterfall there. It's fantastic waterfall. It's 22 meters high, and on the place when he's dropping down, it is a spring of the river Krka, which is also rarity. Practically one river is finishing, other one is starting. Also, that mountain, the big mountain there, it's a natural border with the Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the mountain it's called Dinara, and it's highest peak in Croatia, 1,831 meters.
Wow.
So we have here in the Knin.
The nature is also very beautiful.
Beautiful nature, like I said, the second biggest fortification in the Europe.
And we're also not far from the sea.
Yeah, you need only 40 minutes, something like that, to reach the sea. So
perfect.
you're welcome.
Not
always.
bad, thank you.
Yeah.